Zen in the car, for the spiritually minded liberty activist on the go. Liketh, shareth, subscribeth. It's what the cool kids do.
Now I'm going to have to read this off, so bear with me, otherwise we'll be out in left field and nobody will find their way home. So we're here today to honor all the veterans who are here today and all the veterans everywhere. But we're also here to recognize and bring awareness to the tragic fact that is nearly 22 veterans committing suicide every single day. That's one veteran a little over every hour of every day. That's over 8,000 veterans a year. Now, to put that in perspective, that's more veterans that will die this year than died in the last 20 years in Iraq and Afghanistan, service members. That's more this year. Think about that on a yearly basis. And it's time that we recognize and correct this sad statistic. So thank you all again for being here. We're going to learn today a little bit more about how there is a better way. That's this year's slogan. And the better way is a natural way. You can't have catering without someone paying for the food. So we were very lucky to have this next person work it out so that we could have this event catered. And I would like to thank the CannaSense Total Wellness Collective and Mr. Neil Schloss. And I would also like to thank Zen in the car and Mr. Daniel Louis Crumpton. Thank you, Daniel. And I know we've kind of already got this thing started, but I think Daniel would like to set this thing off with a prayer this morning. If you would like to come on up. Daniel Crumpton, thank you again. Enjoy the food.
Wow, this isn't triggering at all. I'm Daniel Louis Crumpton. I'm a novelist, a political activist, a blogger, a caregiver, a musician, but today I wear the title of a minister. So I would like to open this ceremony in a word of prayer. You can bow your head if you like, but me personally, I do not hide my face from God, and I suggest and encourage all of you veterans and proud activists here to not hide your face from God either. And so, though the Most High has many different names and many different aspects, I think it's appropriate to call on His divine power in the name of Yeshua the Christ today, because Yeshua the Christ came up from a people who were oppressed by a tyrannical empire and a corrupt religious system. And He watched His people who merely wanted to be free. And He wanted to encourage them with power and authority to stand up in their rights and assume their freedom and not ask for assistance. And because of His kick-ass activism, because He was a political activist rock star, He told the church and the state to kiss His ass and encourage everyone else to follow suit and do the same. He was inspired by that divine providence that I call down upon on all of us today to speak those words and to live that life out to the point of being nailed to a tree. And he was such a rock star that 3 days later he rebelled against that and told the church and the state to kick rocks again. And he set an example that followed a few centuries later, that divine providence that spoke to him to be a rebel in the face of tyranny, to our founding fathers. And he spoke in their minds and their hearts that divine providence to draft this document, which is a consolidation of the life and example that Yeshua the Christ set as an activist. Because our founders knew that the archetype of the Christ was an innocent man that never did anything wrong and was oppressed unjustly by the government. And so the Bill of Rights is a founding father's answer to protecting the sovereignty, the freedom of one innocent man. And that is this document is the oath that all of you soldiers, you're still soldiers. You may not wear your uniform, but you're still soldiers. You took an oath to this, and this is a spiritual document, not a political or a legal document. Spiritual, freedom, which he set the example for. And so I call on the spirit that inspired him, inspires you, on all of us, and all of the speakers who come here after me, to speak boldly and speak solutions, because we all know what the problems are. We would just be preaching to the choir about the problems with politics. And so I'll call that divine power on each and every one of you to speak truth, speak solutions, and fast. It's in Yeshua the Christ's name I pray. Amen. And to all of you, namaste.
ZenInTheCar.com, powered by CannaSense Total Wellness. CannaSense Total Wellness provides lawful medical and recreational cannabis nationwide, delivered straight to your door. They have everything in their online apothecary from flower, vapes, topicals, and of course edibles. Join now for instant access to your medicine by visiting CannaSense.com and clicking Join Now. Be sure to put Zen in the Car as your sponsor on the membership form, and for faster access, just scan this QR code thingy on your screen. Zen in the Car for the spiritually minded liberty activist on the go. Powered by CannaSense.